Welcome to episode 62 of Lost in Immersion, your weekly 45-minute stream about innovation. As VR and AR veterans, we will discuss the latest news of the immersive industry. Hello, guys. Once
Hello.
again, we're all together to share our immersive views. So, Fabien.
Hello. Yeah. So today I want to talk about software updates that came to the MetaQuest 3 over the past few weeks. We already talked about one of them, but it was not yet on my device, so I didn't have the opportunity to test it, which is the automatic scan of a space and automatic detection of windows, doors, tables, and objects. So I had the opportunity to test that today. And the other one is quite a big upgrade, software upgrade on the mixed reality. So the quality of the video that we see inside has quite greatly improved, in my opinion. I'm curious to know what your experience was. Seb, I think you tested it as well. So as you can see on the video here, so maybe first a disclaimer: it looks better on the video than it looks in real, but still the upgrade, especially in very good light conditions, is very visible. The distortions are less visible. There are still distortions, of course, much more than on the Vision Pro, but it's much more comfortable to use, especially around the hands. As you can see here, you can see like some distortion over the edges, but overall, yeah, pretty impressed by this update. And I've seen the same behavior of light adjustments than on the Vision Pro. So actually, I don't remember if it was present before, but you can see here, if I look at the very bright window and switching from like looking at more dark space, moving back to a bright space, you see this luminosity adjustment that is done on the video. So it's not really visible in the recording, but you see it it's very fast, but it's quite visible in the headset. So that's the first one. The next one is the automatic calibration. So we've seen that already many times. Just start the process and you look around and it will scan the space. So this is pretty normal. It looks the same as before. And then when you are done, I'm spinning up the video here. Okay. So when you are done, as you can see here, so it automatically detects the walls, the tables, the screens. It's not perfect. But the table, my screen was pretty well detected. The walls were quite good. Did a bit of mistake here on the storage, which is bigger than it actually is. So I didn't find a way to adjust it. I found a way to adjust the walls. You see these the corners. You can just grab the corner and move them, but I didn't find a way to adjust the size of the existing objects. And I had also some trouble, as you can see me having trouble trying to add a door. Let's say, sorry. Yeah, here. So you see, I wasn't able to add a door, like a 2D kind of quote unquote 2D objects. So like flat object. It's only like volume that you can add. So for example, like if you want to add another table or a bed or something. That works very well. But adding a door will I wasn't able to do it. Maybe just like the feature is not available. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's it. It's quite nice to see that on the same hardware, just by doing a software update, we can get like very good upgrades on quality. So I was pretty happy about that. Um, and yeah, so Seb, what do you think? I think maybe you tried it as well.
No, I saw some video comparison between the V66 and the V65 update of the OS software of the Quest, and yeah, the comparison between the two video were already impressive, and yeah, the auto. I don't remember if the, like you said, the auto adjustment of the lighting was already present before, but I don't think so. In dark environment was quite awful, and the video I saw, the comparison between the previous version and this update seems to really improve a lot in dark condition. Also the lighting, so that's great. I would, now that you have the two, are you able to compare the quality of the two, Fab, with the Vision Pro?
Yeah, sure, I can do that for next week or
Hmm.
sometime. Yeah.
But as a first feeling, what is your, what do you think?
Um, the the distortions are still present on the Quest, much more than on the Vision Pro. So that only that, sorry, gives really a quality difference. Now on the quality of the video, I need to. I think the Vision Pro is better, but the gap is
Getting closer.
lower. Yeah, yeah.
And I know some people were complaining that when you were moving with the Vision Pro, it was like making everything blurry. Do you encounter that also with the Quest 3 when you move around?
That's a good question. I didn't see that. I will try again, but I think it's yeah. It's I confirm that it's very visible on the Vision Pro.
Hmm.
The blurriness of the video when you are doing very high speed head movements. Yeah.
And if you walk at walking speed, that fine. That only bother you when you move your head around too fast.
Yeah, I wasn't. So I didn't do a lot of walking with the Vision Pro, but like moving from room to room is pretty natural, and it's better also with that upgrade on the Quest. Even if, as I mentioned, yeah, there are still distortions. Still, the improvement is really comfortable.
Hmm. And yeah, regarding the segmentation, that was really missing because before it was only detecting like tables, and you still had to adjust it. But here with the sample that you are showing, it seems to be a big improvement on that, and I guess they can still improve that with other models to track everything. One thing I'm wondering is how big the scanning area can be. Is it still limited to the 3 by 3 meter, or because here you seem to be blocked and you can't go to your hallway?
So actually, that's quite interesting. Is I can go quite I can go in my whole space, but the segmentation and the detection of the walls, as you see, is only in one room, like the room I started. So
Okay.
um, that's something I need to dig deeper. Um, Seems like maybe I will have to do one scan per room. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Actually, that's a good point. I will try again with all the rooms at once to see how it holds. Yeah.
Okay, but other than that, like you said, it's awesome that they still improving the software and getting closer to other device with their upgrade.
Okay. Guillaume?
Yeah, I guess I will kind of repeat myself about these updates. The big question is, why didn't they do that at the launch of the MetaQuest 3? It seems quite obvious that we don't want distortion and the best video quality possible. So, what's the difference between then and now? I already made some hypothesis, meaning that uh, they admit that they are gathering information from the users. So maybe they are improving their model or software correction through times because of the number of users that are sending their data somewhere. Because I don't know why they would have better result now than they had then, or maybe the effort. And once again, when you are launching a product, you want it to be the best possible at lunchtime. So it's very weird that those updates are coming very very fast. It's like every month now, and each time it's much much better. So why is it maybe? Or they are just trying to be fast and they are doing what they can to improve, um, and they are doing little by little. But yeah, it's very weird that you can see this whole improvement in just a few months from something that was really not good with a very large distortion, and now it's something that it's much more um, enjoyable. And yeah, it's very interesting to see that. And about the features of recognition, I know that lots of users are trying to find an application that is using that, and I don't have any knowledge of an application that is taking profit of this feature. You would say, you'd say it's quite recent, but you know that some studio can have the updates in advance. But despite the fact that it's very very cool that you can recognize your space, I'm very curious to know what developers will do with this. Um, I'm meaning useful application, because of course you can have games by recognizing the space and having some physics added to your objects, but we know that it is mostly already done through the mesh recognition, mesh generation. So what is the add value of having this recognition? I don't know if you have some example of application about this.
Yeah. I think one of the usage they advertise is automatically switching the feature of the headset, like the settings of the headset, depending on where you are. Like if you are sitting down in front of your desk, for example, then it will switch to stationary boundary automatically.
Mhm.
You know, this kind of intelligent setting adjustments, so you don't have to do it yourself. I can see this kind of feature. Yeah, and about the speed of updates and why they didn't do that first at launch. That's a very good question. The only answer that I have is one of the Facebook Meta core value is move fast. So I don't know. Maybe they stick to their core values. I'm not sure.
And I think to answer part of your questioning about why they release that through time, I think it's the way they use AI and train models through times and upgrade them through time. So that's an ongoing process, and we see a lot of thing going on the AI. So I think they are profiting for all the advancement from other company too, and from their own Llama and some detector system. So yeah. they're still improving that and apply that to the headset. So that's why it
we,
takes time.
we are okay that if you want to improve your AI model, you need data set of correction. So
Mm.
at some point, you can ask yourself, are they gathering information through the MetaQuest 3 to get this improvement? But they already kind of admit that, but we don't have much information. But I guess this kind of work and improvement just validate the fact that they are gathering information through our headsets to improve the AI model behind that, I guess. I can't see how they could gather that much information just by themselves. To have this kind of improvement in just a few weeks or months, you just need thousands of new data sets. So yeah, if someone from Meta can ask us, can answer our question, that would be great.
Okay, cool. That's it, I think.
Right.
Okay.
So today on my side, I wanted to talk about the two new 3D cameras that went out, one from Canon and one from Blackmagic. The two are using only one single sensor and have two cameras. So you shoot on one device, 190 degrees videos, stereoscopic. That then you can see in 3D in the Vision Pro or in the Quest 3. So they are less expensive than what was available before, but still quite an investment. But yeah, they are advertising that mostly the Blackmagic one seems to be like the perfect fit for the Vision Pro. That's how they advertise it, and they both look quite futuristic. So this one can be mounted on drones, and yeah, they say that that's perfect for Vision Pro, although they did not release any sample yet. So still need to be seen on the Vision Pro to see what kind of result it allows to get. But yeah, it's a nice improvement, and it's 8K. So thinking of that, I start to think about using the feed with AI and enhance the content using AI with this kind of video feed, where you can get really good depth map with these two feed with these two camera point of view, and yeah, that's nice to see that it's the this part of the market is moving and not staying with the old system where it was complex for the montage afterwards, for adjusting the color of the two cameras and getting a nice result. Here it's really packaged, and you get a nice result directly out of the camera. So I don't know if you saw that news and if you have any comments on that. Maybe Guillaume?
Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting to see that big manufacturers are finally getting into the VR slash 360 or 180 video, because it's 190 degree per eyes. Um, so obviously the Black Magic is uh, for professional, as the Canon one could be more for a medium uh, public. I guess we could buy it, I guess, if we were very into VO and stuff like that. But the Blackmagic is it's like a red cameras and so on, so
Hmm.
it's really for big productions. So I'm very curious to see if we could have like a rebirth of 180 cinema or movies at some point. But we all know deep inside that the bigger um, market for these are for the adult industry, I guess. Because I don't know how they are filming right now. I guess they are just sticking GoPros all together and having the results that they could have. Like it's still some DIY, I guess, at this point, especially now since all the previous technologies that were done like 10 maybe, it's now 10 years ago when the 360 market was booming, and you have the 3D glasses and so on. And so now this, I guess, there is no market for, but well, there is no product to do professional 190 capture. And I guess, yeah, there is a market in this field, but on the personal, like you and me, what would be the advantage of buying this kind of products? I'm kind of, yeah, I don't really know what we could do with that, uh otherwise than they are just trying to push the stereoscopic memories in the Apple Vision Pro. So I'm very curious to know or to see what will be done with those products, especially for the professional one. And yeah, just time we will tell what they will do with this awesome, great high-end product. Yeah, Fabien.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very interesting indeed to see, like, for example, two of the biggest apps on the Vision Pro. So What If, that we discussed a couple of weeks ago, is 3D, and Amaze VR, which are like video clips. It's also 3D. It's like rendered in I don't know, Unreal or Unity, or I don't know what they are using. Um, and there are a lot of people saying that, uh, movies made for the Vision Pro, stereoscopic movies, are coming to Apple TV. Um, I would be really curious to watch one, to see how, like, is it really worth it? And maybe this type of camera, especially the Blackmagic one, will help speed up the content production for this kind of movies. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I guess it opens up a new way of doing storytelling and get still a nice output, because right now it was a bit crappy. Um, but yeah, you need to rethink completely the way you will shoot your movie and the way it will be experienced. So it makes sense for the user to look around and focus on the real part of the movie that you want them to focus on. So yeah, I guess there is a lot of progress into that, and yeah, I will be happy to see what kind of movie they are, or what is the other way of shooting the movie and displaying that to the user they will do. I guess for animal documentary, for example, that would be amazing, to be in the environment and focus on the animals you are looking at. That may be their target, but yeah, having more content, having the Vision Pro is pushing the industry to have more content on their device. So maybe they are investing also into content creation, and without this kind of device, it was not maybe feasible before to get the same kind of quality. So that's it. That was the first subject. Then two new papers just came out. This one, which was trained on Quest 3 datas that allows to track real object in your environment and get their 3D location in real time. So it's open up much more mixed reality experiences with that kind of thing. So you can have haptic feedback and really interact with objects that are in your environment. So I don't know if you want to comment this one first. Guillaume?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the video. I'm trying to think about the use cases, but I guess it's more. Yeah, I was thinking VR first, but yeah, you can add some effects when you are using the real object as well in mixed reality or augmented reality. So yeah, I'm very curious to know how they train their data. Is just, do you have to train your model every time you want to add a new object, or are they based on shapes and learning specifically what kind of object you're grabbing? So I guess I have to study more about this, or unless you have the answer to this question.
No, I don't have the answer. I don't know if I trained specifically those model, but in the paper, if I scroll down, I see only those objects.
Okay, so they need to train specifically for each object,
Maybe.
uh, which limits the use cases of this, because if you don't have the exact object they use, it won't work. But yeah, we'll see if they open our ability to train new objects. They can open the training model to see how it would work. But yeah, very interesting to see that you could do with this. Once again, it's just a technical demonstration of what they achieved. But yeah, if is it open source? Do you have a GitHub?
There is a GitHub, yeah, I will
Okay.
share it with you. Yeah.
Yeah, so to give a bit of detail, this is
And
it's a
Facebook
data
footage.
set. So they provide the data. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I will look into it.
And then another paper came out showing some really impressive segmentation to be able to extract from a nerve directly an object. And so it allows them to really extract object from a nerve. We talked about that before, but now it seems to be really feasible. So they showcase how they segment the different kind of scene here. And they showcase how it can be used actually inside the Nerve Studio tool, where they select directly an object in the nerve and segment it, and they're able to move it around or extract it directly from the scan they've done of the environment. So very impressive tool that start to be able with nerve. So it's not Gaussian splatting, it's really nerve. So, but seems to be impressive. I don't know your thought about that, Guillaume.
Yeah, it's great, but meaning that it's just nerf. It opens doors for Gaussian splatting as well. Maybe in a few weeks we'll get the Gaussian splatting version of this. But yeah, all the techniques and algorithm that can bring knowledge or to the 3D world or 3D representation it's great. And the demonstration in Nerve Studio is showcasing that this platform, Nerve Studio especially, is getting more and more traction as they are supporting Nerve Gaussian splatting, and all this editing tool, sorry, and it's very impressive to see that the team behind that is working very very hard and bringing up lots of updates for this open source project. So summed up to the Nerve Studio team.
Mhm.
Great work.
Very bien.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any anything special to add. Just again, it seemed like every weeks or every 2 weeks we have some updates to share on Nerf for Gaussian splatting. Yeah, it's going very fast. I was looking at our podcast like 1 year ago, and like the difference of quality, of variations, and everything that's possible in 1 year. It's just very amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It's moving very fast on all side of AI tool and Nerf tool and yeah, Gaussian splatting. A lot to mix also together now that it start to be available and getting nice results. So yeah, impressive time. And I think that's it for me. Yeah, Guillaume, if you want to move on
Yeah,
your subject.
sure. So we'll talk about the Logitech MX Ink or MR Ink for someone, some journalists are talking about this mixed reality pen, but it's yeah, they call it the MX Ink. So what is it about? So they already have uh, to do it. They have React back different kind of pressure on their limits of your activity, and behind that yeah, system is uh, it's just 129 USD. Has get here. It really needs to have the best precision for it to be very usable in the VR headset, because you know what, when you are doing the mixed reality thing in the Quest 3, your precision is not as good as when you are doing it in the real world, because it's through the video. So I'm very curious to see what the artists or designers can do with this, and if it's really useful or not. Is this just a gadget, or it is very a tool that is can be used on a daily basis? Because the 2D part obviously is the same as what you'll be doing in the real world with graphic tablets or whatever. But to my part, I get the 3D drawing, especially, I don't know if you can see that they are overlaying a real object here. So they have the and then I realized that why doing this when you have very efficient 3D scanning tools. So yeah, so I'm not as ecstatic than I was when I saw the first time this pen. I'm more curious to see what people can do with this, and I'm not very sure that there is a use case behind that. So, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, I think it's all the artists I know pencil. I think it's the name. And to my knowledge, it's becoming it became like a standard in all the artist work that are like drawing on iPads with the pencil. So I wonder if this kind of usage can translate to mixed reality or VR. Yeah, in the video we see quite a lot of artists using it as well. Yeah, I don't know. I would be quite curious to test it to see how accurate is it. Yeah, as you mentioned. Um,
Uh, yeah, just
yeah,
once again, you are talking about the artists. You know, I get there are some tattoo artists in this, but just project yourself. You can have someone, they would be able to draw directly on the people's body with this pen, get the data, and then bringing it back to their 2D tablets to do the drawing. That would be a
that,
great use case here.
that's a good idea.
They would have the perfect fitment and dimension as well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and just a side note, because I forgot to talk about it when I talked about the Quest 3, is I don't know if it was there, but on some keyboard on mobile, you can like slide between letters to form words, and you can actually do this with the controllers on the Quest now. So I don't know
Mhm.
if it was there before, or if it's a new feature. So it's very cool to do that, to write words, because like writing on the Vision Pro is a nightmare. Like it's very slow. So doing these movements, like swiping movements with the controller on the Quest 3 was very cool, and it would be even better with this pencil, like being able to write very fast um, on in VR or MR. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think it's very interesting to see this kind of product arriving. I tried one a long time ago with the HoloLens 2. I think it was Holo Vision, something like that. I can't remember the name exactly, but it was the same idea of having something more precise to draw, but also to position object in the space and to measure stuff. I see a lot of people are doing saying that the Vision Pro is not precise when you try to do measurement with it. But with the Quest 3, it seems really precise. The only lack of precision is you need to use the controller and use the bottom of the controller to tap your corner, and sometimes you are not precise with that. I guess with this kind of device that can help also. That's even drawing the wall more precisely and object in your environment to get a more occlusion, but more better occlusion in your mixed reality experiences. And also for 3D artists, I think having the ability to change the mesh, change the normal map, draw directly the normal map on the mesh, this kind of tools seems to be an enhancement for graphists, I think. If Substance develop something with that, I know they have a great tool on PC, but if they create an app for the meta using this kind of pen, that can open up really cool creation tool.
Yeah, there is also obviously the minority report effect that needs to be measured, meaning that having your arm and your hand in the air
Mm.
for an extensive period of time, it's very tiring. So we'll see how the 3D artists are coping with this. Very interesting to see. But yeah, it's great to have those kind of little device, not that expensive, and see what people can do with this. I guess we all did in the past some experimentation with tracked pen in caves or VR headsets for some use cases. So very nice to see that it's all manufacturers with big names like
Mm.
Logitech now.
I would love to see how the haptic feedback are done and how precise they are, because that could also brings a lot to the experience. And having maybe more like feedback or if you are touching something or not on your 3D model. And I guess a nice thing will be to draw quickly something in the air in 3D and use an AI tool to generate a model based on that. That can be very powerful,
Mm.
even if you can get an object in your environment that you like and you want to reproduce or change a bit in terms of design to get it into your 3D environment. That can be very nice.
Okay. So anything more to add to these topics or another? We are good. Okay, great. So see you guys next week for another episode of Lost in Immersion. See you.
See you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.